I have one other question. Find many people on Earth, they are still living, but their concern is what will happen when they die. You know, especially in Africa, people join so many organizations, make even very undesirable company because they're thinking about what will happen to their dead body. Uh, will it be properly taken care of? Will people uh, come to their funeral and all that? And so most of the associations, most of what people go through in terms of friendship and all the like is only thinking about the end, what will happen to their bodies, their dead bodies. And this is quite funny, quite interesting in light of the new presentation. So I want to ask you, have you any concern about what happens to your body when you leave this level of life?
Uh, that's a cool question. Thank you. Yeah, you come up with the most interesting things, Charles, and I really like it. I really do because uh, you ignite me you activate me to give a response to this. So I'm going to start off roundabout again, and that is that I'm imagining that some of you, or maybe everyone here, is seeing some kind of funeral procession. I'll give an example, like when Kennedy was shot, when Gandhi died, etc. And you see the world notices. When Kennedy or a president or somebody like that, a so-called someone famous or a movie star, especially the presidents like Kennedy, and you see they're going down Pennsylvania Avenue with the old cart, sometimes pulled by people or horse drawn, or they're carrying the casket. It's got the American flag on it. I mean, it's all just wrapped really nice, isn't it? Yes, just like a bouquet of flowers at the florist. They put all this foo-foo stuff around the flowers to make it look good. And so, I would say that many people imagine, they see this, and they're thinking in their minds. Now they're thinking about death and possibly their own death. And I'll just choose a scenario. It's like, oh, gee, when I die or whatever, that's how I want it to be. I want to be remembered, and I want some kind of ceremony there, and et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. So they set this up. They set up their death, you might say. They buy the plot. I get these things all the time in the mail. Buy your plot now before it's too late. Find your place in the cemetery and all these things. And so again, it's marketing. And again, people see that, and they even pick out their caskets. They want a casket. They just don't want a pine box like in Tombstone, all right, where you're just, there's the mortician. He's kind of a grisly guy, and he's hammering the box together for the next, before the gunfight at OK Corral, because he knows somebody's going to die, so he's building these little pine boxes. They were originally made out of pine. That's where it comes from. And they make them out of all kinds of things. So if you want a better one, it's made out of oak or maybe teak or something like that. Whatever. Okay, I never really investigated. I did know a mortician one time when I was younger and lived in San Clemente. A very interesting guy. I did go to the place for some reason. I forget why, but I did meet this mortician. And so, well, it's just part of the journey, isn't it? And so, yes, we have these ideas of the body, and the Christian idea, we'll just go off of that as one example, is to bury a person in the ground. Well, that keeps them kind of in the earth. And what is the saying with many people? Oh, gee, when I'm 6 feet under, okay, I guess that's the basic depth that they dig down is 6 feet. Okay, it's not 5.5 or 7, it's 6 feet. That's become a saying. When I'm 6 feet down, well, realistically, if you imagine yourself, at that point, because most people are very attached to the body, and really, they've buried people that are so-called still alive. They really have, and many people have been buried alive. And so they're 6 feet under, and they're still, it's not that people are to go somewhere. They may be so attached to their body that they're still in the grave. This is what I see in the movies, an example, a demonstration of The Walking Dead, where people come out of the grave. It's like, hey, I'm still alive in here. Let me out. It's just very real. Anything can happen in creation. So to me, it doesn't make sense to be attached to the body and have these ideas. But again, each person, decides for themselves. Me, I just see the body just like the awareness will be such that it'll just disappear. That's how I see it. I'm not concerned about the body. That's me. And it's very interesting that I had the psychic lady I know. Her name's Kay, years ago. And we talked about things. Very good seer. Very good. She knows the boys, etc. But she's got this God idea and whatever. And she's got her arrogance and whatever. But she's a good seer. And we were talking one day about something, and she said, well, I see that you're not gonna die here. You're just gonna like leave. You're just gonna be like a ball of light. And I said, well, I said, you see that? And she goes, yes, I see that. And I said, well, that's how I see myself. See? So again, you decide your fate. You decide your life and adventure. You can decide whatever you want. I don't see that. See, now you see how reincarnation works, the idea of reincarnation, because it's something decided. And as it's become acceptable amongst the unaware that have no idea what the whole of life is and how creation even works, they continue to go through these agreeable cycles. Everything is agreement. That's all it can be, is agreement. You create something, you agree to it. Creation is fine, okay? It's necessary, but it's how you agree to it becomes the end result. So what we see in the world, because the world is human farming and control, is all this ritualism. Why do you think Joni brought all this stuff in with the funerals and the marriage? Marriage leads to funerals, marriage leads to divorce, all that legal situations. The cabal created all these things as deception. Did the Indians have lawyers? They didn't have that. Did they have standing armies? No. Did they have Congress? Did they have any of these things? No, they kept it pretty basic and simple. They made sense of things. And they didn't destroy their environment. No, it's gee whiz, and it's been such a short time, and look where we are in the last 200 years. I mean, 200 years compared to what we've gone through in history, the known history, because they've blocked out a lot of the old history, like Atlantis and things like that in past lives. They've blocked all that out, all the yugas and the eons. Paul brought that out. Paul brought these things out more realistic. And so then I've expanded upon that, which I've made it a lot more fun. Yes. And so as we look at all this stuff, this attachment to the body, that's like, going to the junkyard when your car is being crushed and sitting there going through remorse and bringing flowers and creating a ceremony and bringing all your friends there. It's like, let's go and, I'm having this funeral for my car. Okay, you can do that, and I'm sure a lot of people do. They do all kinds of things. But the body's the same way. The body is an idea. That's all it is. Just an idea. And it's fine, But I would say that it's better to learn to recognize the individual and to see if they recognize you. That's all. That's what seems to make sense to me. I recognize those people that are here. It's not that everybody recognizes what's going on, but that's okay, but I do. And again, I don't interfere with people's free will. And just like Sam shared yesterday with Miss Asia and the experience with Rebazar and myself there, We looked at her in a particular way, and she recognized this. She's such a sweetheart. That's why we take the time with her, because she's very special and important, just like each one of you are that have stepped up. Very special and important. That's why the boys chose you. But she's to make the decision. She's to learn to see it for herself and decide. Yeah. Yeah. So the body thing, it's whatever it is. Yes, we take care of the body. Hey, I get hurt. I don't like when I get hurt. I hit my knee the other day on Val's uh, on his hitch, which I used to do on my truck too, and I cussed and swore a little bit. Well, it's like whatever. Okay. So yeah, I don't like it either. I don't like the body getting hurt because I got to take care of the silly thing. But realistically, no, I see the point for myself that, hey, it'll be great when I no longer need the body, and I'll just create whatever I need, whatever form or what have you, to do whatever I do. But right now I got to deal with this thing because I did create it. It's stuck here. And so I'm dealing with it the best that I can, just like the situations. But it's okay. I'll get through it. But again, it's a choice each person makes. But what we've come to know, these mainly are ideas from the system to control others. Really, they want you back here. Yeah, they want to make death look like it's a good thing. Like, oh, this is very special time, and yes, you want to cry, you want to, think good thoughts and all these things. Fine, go ahead and do it. But it's really to keep you attached to something that you no longer need. And it's just like the wrapping on your candy bar. You don't cry when you throw the wrapper away, do you? And that's all this is. All the body is a wrapping on your real awareness. Yeah. It's just a wrapping. And so I would say it's time to get real and make sense of things. But at the same time, yes, you do take care of it because you want to have the experiences that you want to wake up here. You don't want to start over again. You don't have to start over again because then you got to start over and be unconscious. All the lifetimes it's taken me to get here, I had to basically start over each time. This was quite a decision for me to make to keep coming back here. It's not easy. It's like a soldier going out into wartime after they've been through many wars. It's like, okay, we got another one here. And, they've got certain people that are do it and certain people that, can't do it. So they're going to come and ask you again. It's just like the old secret agents that are in retirement. It's like, well, we need you on this assignment. Well, I'm retired. It's like, well, no, you're not. You got to do this because there's nobody else that can do it. How many movies we've seen like that? And that's what it is on the real side too. Because everything relates to what it is. These are the final hours for this planet and creation. It all becomes absorbed here. And so that's why I'm here. So again, these are choices that people make, Charles, with their body. And again, it's the personal self. It's about the me thing. And we went through that with the membership. When you get with the projects, when you start projects and activate things, and you have the attitude, it's for everyone. There is plenty of so-called wealth, opportunity, anything people want on this planet. There is no scarcity of anything. There's no reason this planet has to be poisoned and polluted. If people wake up, this can be offset to where, the focus can be on becoming more aware instead of becoming more stupid. I just have to say it like that because stupid is as stupid does, and that is that, yeah, you're given a chance to a point, but after that, you're just stupid. That's all there is. And yeah, I'm hated for that. It's like, that's not very diplomatic or whatever. This stuff doesn't work. Diplomacy doesn't work. I deal with the business world. I get a backlash of things, silly things from people. And, really what I get is I get their arrogance. It's like, hey, let's just get this done. and forget all the protocol and the formality. And just like Ava was showing me the other day, where her President Merkel, the G20 thing, and they purposely do it in the city to disrupt everybody, to show the gods are showing their so-called strength, how they rule over others. And the ceremony they go through, just watch the news, how they do this pompous act of them on stage, and people come from behind the stage and around, and they shake hands and do all this stuff. They do this as power plays to show everybody else that you're nothing. We're something and you're nothing. That's really what they're doing. Hey, they could have had their G20 meeting on Jekyll Island or some island. They could have helicopter there. These are people with all the money in the world. Why did they do it right in the middle of the city where they know there's going to be demonstrations, riots, they're going to disrupt businesses and whatever? They do that on purpose to demonstrate their rule over others. You want to be attached to your body, you want to be attached to these ideas, you want to believe in the systems, go ahead. You have the right to do that. I would never tell you not to. Have fun. Have fun deciding your choice. Is it worth it? You'll find out, because it's all coming due. It all shows up. All deception shows up. Everything is cause and effect. You're in cause and effect creation. You want to get to the real universes? Learn to stand real. Let the body do what it does, or don't. You decide. I'm not going to tell you. Yeah, but these are choices people make, and you see the choices that they're making, and what is the end result, and you'll see them on the real side. Yeah, when they pass over from their body, they don't know. For the most part, Charles, just like here, if they haven't decided here, they're not going to know on the real side. They're just thinking that, oh, the angels are going to come and they're going to take me away and I'm going to meet Jesus and all this stuff. Well, if you do, that's all going to be deception too, for the most part. The angels, they work for the cabal and the Kalam God. Oh, yeah, they're cute, they're nice, they're wonderful. Just like the reception at the RERS. Hey, I've talked to these people. They're really kind of cool. And one lady, they always give you the answers. They're very straightforward. They're cool because these people work there. And one lady asked her, I said, does the IRS have a sense of humor? And she said, I don't know if they do, but I do. She was cute. But anyhow, so again, this is the world. It's what we decide. But we can decide anything. And as we decide to be wonderful and share this, whatever, it doesn't mean, just like Paul said, love does not beget love. Because there is no real love here. There's only sensations and what people think is love. And it's not about love. Again, when you look at the sun, is there love there? No, but it's real. It's better than what you consider to be anything. It's better than what you have considered this body that you created to be. Again, for the most part, we have the God idea here, thinking that, oh, well, God created my body. This is how I'm to be. I'm cute, I'm pretty, I'm this, I'm that, or whatever it is. For a few moments you are, yeah, until you're not. Yeah, and God has decided your old age too. Now you got to deal with that. So good luck. And God decided your death too. Is that what you want? God decides everything. Good luck. But you're deciding that God's going to take care of you after you're out of here. Whatever. God's not deciding that. You're deciding that, or whatever these ideas are. But really, it's all you. You are deciding you. And as you see the recognition that's possible and that you have, relate to that. That's your real awareness. See how the bodies and the functions work. Just like your car, learn to see how the car works. And then you start to see the difference between the real you and what isn't you and what you created to wake up to recognize the real you. You see? So this is where the little self can be your buddy, or it can be your worst nightmare. See? Like Chucky. So you decide. Anyhow, Charles, will wrap it up with this. You're wonderful unless you have something else to say. Yes, and we love to see Miriam, and we love to see everybody, and you here translating more people, because, again, we love to see people wake up and stand real with us. Yes, did you have anything else that you wanted to say, Charles? Go ahead.
And thank you very much. I think we'll wrap it up for today. Thank you enormously for the answers.
Yes, thank you, Charles. We always have the big adventure. It's only getting bigger. It's going to be a lot more fun. We got a lot of surprises coming. You haven't seen nothing yet. Okay, thank you, all of you. Thank you, Charles. We love you. We really do, sincerely. We always stand real with all of us here, so that's all that matters. And to recognize what's real, it's so cool. This is our adventure. There's a lot more to come. As I've said, you haven't seen nothing yet. This is just, you might say, it's always a new beginning, a new moment, a new day, etc. It's only going to get better. Just be patient, hang in there. You will see. Yes, thank you. See you next time. See you tomorrow. Bye bye.